Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share how I picked the right tech stack for my startup. Hey everyone, today I'm going to share how I picked the right tech stack for my startup, especially since I've been nearly 20 years in software development. I've made many questionable choices along the way, so hopefully you can learn from my mishaps before you make your own. Picking a tech stack is like choosing a car. You can go with a flashy sports car that's super fast, but it's break down if you sneeze too hard, or you can settle for an old wagon that's stable, but about as exciting as watching paint dry. Then you've got the luxury CUVs, that can do it all, but come with a massive price tag. The point is, your tech stack is the vehicle driving your product, so if it breaks down mid-journey, no one's happy. In other words, your tech choices can break or make the startup. They affect development speed, costs, hiring, and how much hair you will lose while debugging at 3 a.m. So, rule number one, from my 20 years of close try and error, figure out what you want to build before choosing the tech. Sounds obvious, right? But you'd be amazed how often we developers get seduced by a shiny new framework or the coolest language on the block, only to realize it's entirely wrong for the actual product. Think about your target audience, the platform, your performance needs, how fast you want to scale, all that good stuff. Then you can pick a stack that aligns with these goals. For me, I'm building a health tech mobile application. So I knew from day one that I needed to be available on both iOS and Android. I also knew I wanted to move fast on creating new features because in health tech you have to adapt to regulations, user feedback, and random pandemics that pop up out of nowhere. Now, let's talk specifics. For the mobile side of things, I decide on React Native. Why? Because it's cross-platform, has a massive community, and uses JavaScript, which basically is the language of the internet these days. Moreover, I decided to use TypeScript, which is more complex to build, but at the same time it's much easier to debug. It also means I only have to build one code base for both iOS and Android instead of managing two separate teams dealing with Swift or Kotlin. Less overhead, less headache, at least in theory, we'll see. Plus, React Native has come a long way. It's stable enough for big names, like Facebook obviously and Instagram, so it has to be good for my little health tech app as well. On the server side, I went with Node.js. Again, we're looking at TypeScript all the way down, and that synergy between front-end and back-end can streamline the development process. My devs, or me to be honest, can bounce between front-end code and server logic without switching languages. Also, Node's event-driven architecture is great for handling real-time data. Perfect if I decide to add features like live health stats or chat support. Now, just because I settled on React Native and Node doesn't mean I didn't date around a bit, tech-wise. I played around with some other tech stacks. I toyed with the idea of Flutter. It's got some amazing performance perks and growing community, but at the end of the day, React Native felt more mature for my specific needs, and it's TypeScript based, which I'm already comfortable with. Going fully native like Swift for iOS and Kotlin for Android definitely has performance benefits, but that means double the code base, double the dev time, double the sorrow. For a startup, speed is everything, so I decided that losing a tiny bit of native performance was worth shipping features faster. I love Python, who doesn't? It's great for data science, quick scripting, and it's really user-friendly. But we decided Node was the best fit for an old TypeScript stack. If data analytics become a huge part of my app, maybe at some point I will bring Python later for the machine learning tasks. I also considered the old favorite Ruby on Rails. It's fantastic for rapid development, but its ecosystem isn't as big in the real-time data world, at least not in my opinion. Plus, my personal experience with Ruby is more limited, so I would face a steeper learning curve or have to hire specialized devs. Remember, all these technologies are great on their own, just depends on your use case. That's why I'm hammering this point again. Pick the tool that fits your product, not the other way around. Alright, so we've got the front end, we've got the back end. Where to put it all? The cloud, obviously. But which one? So I was thinking about a few things. First of all, Amazon Web Services is kind of the default big dog. They've got EC2, Lambda, RDS, S3, basically everything. It's great if you need a lot of flexibility and plan to scale quickly. But it can get expensive if you're not careful. One day you'll wake up, look at your AWS bill, and wonder if you should sell a kidney. Google Cloud Platform is super strong on AI ML offerings. If I pivot to serious data crunching, GCP might be a top pick. Plus, they manage Kubernetes, it's quite polished if you're into container orchestration. Azure is a huge enterprise. If your customers are big on Microsoft, or if you're deeply integrated with .NET stuff, Azure is a no-brainer. For my use case, I'm leaning towards AWS, primarily because I'm comfortable with it and they have a solid Node.js support with services like Elastic Beanstalk and AWS Lambda. But trust me, whichever you choose, make sure to keep an eye on costs. It can be huge at some point. The cloud can be like all you can eat buffet. Sometimes you regret your choices at the end. Because this is a health tech startup, I have to think a lot about data security, compliance with regulations, or NHS guidance in the UK. Make sure you choose the right tech stack and hosting solution, and that whatever you choose, they have the tools and certifications you need. React Native plus Node are both well established, so they have a bunch of libraries for encryption, authentication, logging, and so on. But never skip on security. No one wants a data breach, especially with sensitive health info involved. Remember. So, there you have it. My process for choosing the right tech stack. In summary, clarify your product vision so you know what you're actually building. Pick languages and frameworks that match that vision. Don't chase hype just because everyone else is. Then think about hosting and cloud providers from a cost and scalability perspective. And don't forget security, especially in sensitive fields like health tech. And oh yes, and have some fun along the way. You'll be spending a lot of time and loads of nights working with these tools, so might as well enjoy their company. Thank you for watching, everyone. If this was helpful or if you just enjoyed my ramblings, give this video a like and subscribe for more tech, startup and general geekery. Drop a comment if you have any burning questions or you have a better idea for a health tech stack. Seriously, I'm open for any suggestions and proposals. If you know something better, I'm happy to discuss it. Until next time, happy coding, and may your server logs be ever in your favor.